Welcome to the Nevis Newscast for Monday, August the 12th, 2019. I'm Donis Wilkinson-Keynes. The Cabinet of the Nevis Island Administration has decided on various strategies to address the impending closure of Brownhill Communications on September 3rd, 2019, which will affect some 138 employees of the call center. That is according to a statement made this evening by Premier the Honorable Mark Brantley.
It was only 10 days ago, on the afternoon of Friday, 2nd August, at approximately 3:15 p.m., that this devastating news was first shared with me as Premier of Nevis in a meeting convened between the management of Brownhill Communications and my office. The administration did not immediately communicate this news to the Nevisian public, as Brownhill Communications requested that it be allowed to speak to its employees before any public statement was made. They have today formally advised their employees, and so I now speak to you in my capacity as Premier of our island. To this end, I convened an emergency meeting of the full Cabinet of the Administration on Sunday, August 4th, 2019, to discuss the best response to the sudden news of the closure. The Cabinet has decided on various strategies to address this problem, and I am leading the effort personally to find a solution.
Since the announcement of the closure, the NIA has been in regular contact with Brownhill Communications and its management team.
Brownhill Communications has committed that workers who worked with them for 1 to 7 years will receive a gratuitous payment of 3 months' salary. Those who worked 8 to 9 years will receive 4 months' salary, and those who worked over 10 years will receive 5 months' salary. In addition, workers will continue to receive their bonuses and will be paid their holiday pay. Brownhill Communications will be meeting with each employee to discuss his or her package, which I am advised will be paid to employees as a lump sum before the end of September 2019. I have also been in close contact with the Labour Department on St. Kitts, and have had the further commitment that working through the Labour Department on Nevis, all entitlements to severance payment for the affected workers will be speedily addressed to further cushion the financial impact on them and their families of this sudden closure. The Cabinet has mandated the Minister of Labour, the Honourable Spencer Brand, and his team at the Labour Department to urgently meet with and advise affected employees and to provide maximum support for them during this difficult time. I am aware that a further meeting will take place tomorrow, Tuesday, with the affected employees, at which I intend to be present with the members of my government. I urge all employees to speak to the professionals at the Nevis Labour Department for guidance.
The Premier also invited the corporate partners of the NIA to seek to absorb as many of the affected employees as possible.
I should also advise that my administration has already identified a corporate partner, Nevis International Bank and Trust, which is presently in the process of recruiting employees for their new operations on the island, to seek a commitment for the employment of some of these affected workers to fill various positions in marketing, customer service, information technology, and human resources. Interviews should commence shortly, and I thank Nevis International Bank and Trust for responding positively to my request with such alacrity. I urge the affected employees to be prudent in the management of their compensation packages over the next few months, as they seek to transition into new employment opportunities.
Premier Brantley also expressed gratitude to Brownhill Communications for its immense contribution to the island's economy over the past 10 years as a corporate partner and a significant employer. A closing ceremony was held on Thursday, August 8th for 48 interns who participated in the 2019 Summer Job Attachment Program. The program, coordinated by the Department of Youth, was held under the theme Your Right to Work Right and ran from April 15th to August 9th. 42 businesses participated in the program, which catered to 4th and 5th form students from secondary schools on the island, as well as students of the Nevis 6th Form College. Curtis Clark, Acting Director in the Department of Youth, gave an overview of the program, which began in 2002.
During the period of June 3rd to 14th, the prospective interns were engaged in interviews. A panel of 3 interviewers engaged each applicant for a maximum of 30 minutes. During the week of June 17th to 21st, the prospective interns were further assessed and trained at the Professional Training and Personal Development Workshop. To ensure that the prospective interns were not only trained to secure a job, but to maintain that job, the Basic Life and Employability Skills BLESS curriculum created by USAID was aptly employed.
Clark added that the interns were afforded the opportunity to create a volunteer project and were required to complete 10 hours of volunteer work for successful completion of the program. Aina Detouche and Lauren Lawrence, interns from the 2019 Summer Job Attachment Program, spoke about their experiences over the past 5 weeks.
The seminar was very important for us interns as it has allowed us to develop and strengthen our competencies. Some of the competencies we developed during the program were public speaking, listening to others, and the main one, teamwork. We felt comfortable in expressing ourselves. I love the fact that the coordinators were rough and well prepared since they were preparing us for the world of work. With the tremendous work of the youth officers and the guest speakers, we the interns are able to gain experience to become competent employees.
The experience has been one of tremendous benefit. Us being able to go into the workplace and learn more. I'm telling you, my coworker was able to share with me some of the give me work advice on how I should conduct myself, how I should be in the office. It was not only just the Department of Youth, but for our employers for giving us the opportunity to learn and to be able to understand what it is like being in the position that we are in. And trust me, it was rough, but at the end of the day, we still were able to push forward and we were able to reach this far.
The program provided training and education which is expected to contribute to the holistic development of the interns' skills, work ethics, and professionalism. Also present at the closing ceremony was Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Social Development, Keith Glasgow. In more local news,
this Culturama 45, to me, I am using it as a dress rehearsal for Culturama 50. Ooh.
Minister of Culture, the Honorable Eric Evelyn, was the guest on the August 8th edition of Government at Work, a program hosted by PRO for the Davis Island Administration, Keith Scarborough. The recently concluded Culturama 45 was the topic of discussion.
The reviews that I've been getting, I mean, other members of the administration, members of the Culturama Committee, the Culturama Secretariat, the reviews that we have been getting for the cultural complex, they are just so touching, they're so overwhelming. I mean, there's so many persons when they walked into the cultural complex, they couldn't believe it's the same cultural complex. Because the lift, and I have to concentrate here a little bit on the tenting area for the stage, because that alone gives it such a lift. With the lighting and so on, it actually makes the stage looking a little bigger.
True.
You know? And the people who are actually performing were performing on the stage during Culturama 45 said they felt so much better performing on that stage. Every night when I was at the complex, I was totally bombarded with comments about the cultural complex. And so I want to say thanks to my cabinet colleagues for approving the work that we did there, and I really want to thank those who were involved in the work that was done there at the cultural complex in giving the complex an almost brand new look. Mm-hmm. With regards to the village, of course, you know, we would have done some facelift there as well with the painting of all the concession booths, all of the containers, and so both areas were looking almost totally brand new.
The Culture Minister said his ministry will continue to ensure that the Nevis Cultural Complex and the Cultural Village are environments that are pleasing to patrons of Culturama events.
So we will do whatever we can with the limited resources that we have available for us. We will continue to do what we can. And as I've been saying for several times, this Culturama 45, to me, I I'm using it as a dress rehearsal for Culturama 50.
Ooh.
Because Culturama 50 is just 5 years away. It sounds like a
Yes. You're
far
thinking
cry
ahead.
from now, but it's not.
I understand.
I mean, 5 years go by very quickly.
Of course.
So I think this huge success that we had for 45, I personally I'm using it as a dress rehearsal for the big 50
I hear you.
coming up in the next couple of years.
Culturama 45 ran from July 25th to August the 6th with the slogan Love, Passion, Pride, Culturama 45. Still to come, police passing out parade is set for Wednesday, August 14th. The details after this break.
At a loss as to what's going on in Nevis? Tune into NNC on NTV. Don't worry if you don't have cable either. NNC will bring the news to you wherever you are. Facebook and Facebook Live. YouTube and YouTube Live. NevisTVOnline.com. Roku app, NTV mobile app, Smart TV, Apple TV, and any other IPTV platforms. When me ANC and you ANC, NNC.
Welcome back. The 31 recruits of Course 43 of the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force are set to graduate, signaling the end of more than 22 weeks of training and several more weeks of special assignments in support of law enforcement operations. Inspector Eldrin Dickinson, commandant of the police training school, says the passing out parade for the 28 men and 3 women of the course is set for Wednesday, August 14th, 2019. The recruits are a diverse mix of nationals of Jamaica, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dominica, Grenada, and St. Kitts and Nevis graduating. A press release from the St. Kitts and Nevis Information Service says, to Inspector Dickinson's knowledge, this is the most diverse group that has ever been trained. They learn subjects such as evidence and procedure, criminal law, general duties, weapons training, self-defense, physical training, and community policing. Additional training was also received via the Caribbean Basin Security Initiative, CBSI Connect, which links to all the police training academies throughout the region to cover various subject matters. The main topic was tourism-oriented policing. The commandant of the police training school has extended an invitation for persons to attend the passing out parade on Wednesday to see what the recruits have been learning so far and to look at the fantastic display that is planned. The ceremony will begin at 4:30 p.m. at the police training school in St. Kitts. Meantime, a number of exciting career opportunities are available in the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force, vacancies that require specialized skill sets in the service of the nation. Prime Minister and Minister of National Security, the Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris, recently told the Federal Parliament that there are currently 43 vacancies within the force. One area where skills in technology are needed is closed-circuit television, CCTV. 345 surveillance cameras were recently mounted in Bastia and the surrounding communities under Phase 1 of a citizen safety program undertaken by the government. It requires people versed in information and communication technologies, Prime Minister Harris said, hinting at the continued expansion of the program that will require persons to install, maintain, monitor, and perform other duties. As the police force invests in its forensic lab, there is a need for people with a particular scientific proficiency to fill vacancies. As a new strategic arm of intelligence gathering is developed, there is a need for persons with a broad array of skill sets to be part of the police force. Ongoing reforms to modernize the judicial system will also create opportunities for persons to give service to the state. The Prime Minister urged citizens and residents to give law enforcement due consideration when choosing a career path, noting that the traditional role of a police officer has evolved to become more multifaceted. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, thank you for viewing.